From Triple Colossal Studios, right to your headset, this is Michael.
You veterans, if you work in the military, you served in the Army, you served in the Navy, you served in the Marines, email me. I'll send you a free copy of my workout. That's the best I can do right now. Besides, I appreciate the fact that you served and sacrificed yourself and your family. It's tremendous what people will do for other people like myself, so I appreciate it very much. But today I need to tackle a topic, and it's mainly through a message, and I will just say, Danny, this is by us having our discussion over the video, Danny, it helps everybody else who might be in a similar situation. And let's get down to it. So what we have is, you want to focus excuse me, you want to focus on building muscle. 300 pounds. What workout should you do? You have Bowflex, you have free weights, you have 75-pound bag. That's a good one. You have jump rope for cardio. What food should I focus on? Vitamins should I try? Protein. Pretty similar questions that I would ask myself at the time. What I would say, if you're 300 pounds, unless if you're almost 6'10", you probably need to lose body fat. Body fat makes, even if you have a lot of muscle, if you have body fat on it, makes your arms look smooth, so you don't see any of the cuts in the arms. So people, and I say this to my wife all the time, like Jason Stackhouse on True Blood, he's probably like 140 pounds, but when he's got no sleeves on, they got him greased up, he looks like he's jacked, like he's shredded. But his bicep is probably small, but because he's so lean, it makes him look big. So that's the situation you want to put yourself in. And the easiest way to do that is actually not through the workouts. The workouts you should do, and I really need to know a little more history. Like, you got to tell me how much weight training you've done in the past, how much you've worked out. That way I can determine, how intense the routine should be. There's a 4-week challenge on CKO Trainer that is a pretty intense workout that I do something similar. I would recommend that, with more focus on kickboxing when you want to burn body fat. I don't think you want to put on muscle at 300 pounds. To be dead honest, I could give you advice to put on muscle, but you want to probably get lean. Everybody wants to get lean. Thin is in. So the real way to get lean, and it's funny because the real way to build muscle is through the hormone systems in the body. So when you work out, right, bottom line, you're trying to stimulate the production of testosterone and growth hormone. That's why I know people that can take steroids and sit on their couch, and after 12 weeks they're bigger than me, because the testosterone is in the system. It's programming the muscles to take in water and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And when I work out, I'm trying to do the same thing. I don't believe that's a good way for you to build muscle, because you also want to get that the benefits of just being in the gym, mental and physical. You need to focus on going low carb, Daniel. That's period, point blank. As soon as I switch to going extreme low carb, and I'm not talking about like low carb where you're doing 150 calories a day of carbs, which it seems like it's low, but the best. And I'm coming out with a presentation. I wrote a book on this. I've done all the research. I've done it on myself. I've tried it on different clients where I want to bring them down 150 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I've done pre-contest diets. I've done every crazy diet you've ever heard of. Probably the most dangerous diets where I'm just eating all protein, or I'm eating pre-contest where I'm doing cyclical carbing every 3 days and 3 days low, but for sustainable fat loss and a program that you actually aren't starving on. Because now I was looking at programs for short terms, like 3 months, 6 months, but everybody put on a program, pre-contest program for 6 months, say they're going to get married, and I get them shredded, right? They get married and then they get fat after. And so in my, now looking back, that was a failure. I can't just get them lean and then they go back to being fat. That's not really a good program. So we want to focus on sustainable weight loss that you can live with forever. And the real way to do that is to go extremely low carb right now. I'm talking about if you don't have diabetes and you cleared it with your doctor. I don't have the time, and you don't have the time to go through these. You need to consult your physician if you have any kidney problems or liver problems, which I still think it's, if you had diabetes, this would be the diet for you. You want to take in about 20 grams of carbs a day or less. And that basically means you don't eat carbohydrates, because everything has carbs. I'm talking about fruits, vegetables. You need to focus on the vegetables that grow above ground, the leafy vegetables, no potatoes, no carrots. You want to do this for about 4 weeks, deplete the glycogen in your body, put yourself into ketosis, and begin to burn body fat or fat that you eat. That's the other part of the program. You're actually, when your carbs are that low, you have to eat fat. And the short explanation for you to eat fat is, look at what we evolved to eat. We really evolved. If you look at any of the paleo people, they're right on that. We haven't evolved to eat this much fruit and this much vegetables. If you went and foraged in Long Island or in Seattle or Washington, you would probably end up with a lot more meat than fruit that you would find. So cut the carbs down as low as you can. Read up. Get a book called Good Calorie, Bad Calorie, or Why We Get Fat, for the explanation, scientific studies that show that low carb and a high fat diet actually takes more weight off you. You're struggling because the carbohydrates are stimulating your appetite, even in the smallest amounts. You eat carbohydrate, insulin is released. Insulin sucks up those carbohydrates into your cells. Now your blood sugar drops. You're hungry again. You eat again, and the problem compounds over and over and over. When you go into ketosis, your appetite diminishes. You might eat twice or 3 times a day. It really doesn't matter. When you're burning ketone bodies, you don't have to eat 6 meals a day, because it's no longer, you're not trying to level your blood sugar. And you get to eat much better food, in my opinion. You get to eat meat, chicken, eggs. You get to have the skin on chicken. You get to eat certain amounts of cheeses. Some people can handle them, some people can't. Some people could have some nuts. And then you have a bunch of spinach, broccoli, asparagus, all the green vegetables. But besides that, I'm going to go long-winded on this one. It's a topic that is very debated. And I got to say, 99% of the nutritionists, diet trainers, they're all wrong on it. Pre-contest diet is without a doubt, and you've heard me talk about Venuto before. Venuto's 100% right. You put you on a pre-contest diet, you're going to get shredded, you're going to get lean. But and you're probably going to get into single-digit body fat, which is like stepping on stage. But if we want to just get you, I want to get you, Danny, I want to get you in the 10%. Let's get you in the teens of body fat, which is probably going to be about 200. Let's lose 75 pounds, and let's lose 75 pounds and keep that weight off, and then we'll focus on getting the abs out. So the best thing you can do is start researching. There's Atkins out there. There's some things I disagree with it, but the principle is basically correct. He was a cardiologist. He's done the research. The original diet was out in 1876. It was called Banting. It was the original low-carb diet. Coffin maker, very wealthy coffin maker, was overweight. He went to a doctor. The doctor prescribed that you don't eat any bread-like substances. You don't even eat fruit, or you eat small amounts of it. He lost 1 pound a day. It's for a year. Is that correct? No, can't be. Can't be 1 pound a day for a year. But it's called Banting, and basically every form since then has been a variation of the Banting diet. So this has been around for a while. It's studied, it's been tested. You can look at the New England Journal of Medicine. You can look at some Harvard studies. You can go to the meta-analysis on low-carb diets and look at each individual study on extremely low carb. It's got to be extremely low carb. If there's any carbs at all, it's just going to make you starving. It's going to make you ravenous. You're going to eat the protein and the meat and then some bread, and all of a sudden that bread stimulates your appetite. I guarantee it. Listen, we're probably identical our mentality. I thought it was like a consumption monster. I thought I could just eat, but take out the carbs and all of a sudden can't eat that much. But we're going long. We're almost over 10 minutes. I got to go work out. Best thing you can do is give me more detailed information on what you do, what you work out, how you work out, and then we will discuss a diet that really is going to reduce the body fat and then expose the muscle on the arms. We can do two things at once. But the most important thing is we take that weight down. We can't have you walking around 300 pounds. It's dangerous. Carbohydrates will destroy your heart. You can get diabetes from it. They increase your rate of cancer. If you were to eliminate those carbohydrates and eat the foods you were naturally created to eat, you would lose lots of weight. Now, I know I saw another comment that said, listen, Mike, I don't have the money. And I understand you don't have, like, people are saying, Mike, this diet sounds expensive. It's really not. I prefer for you to eat, grass-fed cows and bison and cage-free chicken, because it's just a healthier way for them to live. More than likely, whatever you're eating, it matters what they ate. So the soil, the grass. I get my brother has a farm in Jersey, so I got 250 pounds of grass-fed cow. Let me know where you're at. I'll send it to you. But you can eat. You can't tell me you can't get eggs for 99 cents and start doing this program. Eggs are probably the cornerstone to the program. It's absolutely perfect for you. And it's 99 cents anywhere. I don't know what the long-term and the moral problems with eating. If you go and drive down to Virginia from New York, you'll see Purdue's factories, and they keep the chickens in a building, a circular building, and they're stacked on top of each other, so they just crap on each other. It's not a humane situation the way Purdue keeps their chickens and Tyson. However, you need to go for your own health. If you continue to eat carbohydrates, you are going to get fatter. And it's literally impossible to remove fat when you're eating carbohydrates and your insulin levels are elevated. And what happens is your insulin levels are continuously elevated, and all of a sudden you almost can't reverse the process. And like when I spoke to Gary Taubes, he wrote Good Calorie, Bad Calorie. We were discussing how you can get to the point where your metabolism becomes so deranged that it's almost without like a pharmaceutical cure, I can't reverse it. But you're not there at all. I'm talking about there's some people that are 400 or 500 pounds, and it's very difficult. I'm talking about it's very difficult to get them down the weight, and it's not what I'm prescribing them to eat. It's not how much they're exercising. Their body is just a storage machine. It's been in storage mode for so long. There's so much insulin circulating. It's very difficult to get back to that point. So for you, for your wife, for your family, for everything, you want to cut those carbs out. It's not an option. I know people are going to argue with me and say it's whole grains are healthy. When's the last time the U.S. government really made solid recommendations for you? Up until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, they were telling you to eat 8 to 10 servings of grain a day. Telling you to eat tons of I understand, like, visually in our mind, where like fruits and vegetables are healthy with whole grains, and you see the whole thing, and then a little bit of meat here. But humans are omnivores, and we mainly eat meat. That's how it was. We would eat meat. The Native Americans would eat meat. The Eskimos would eat meat. Inuits. Even if you look at the studies, when the missionaries went to Africa and South America, the natives ate meat mainly. They had some carbs, but mainly it was a ton of meat. And they were way healthier. The incidence of cancer were almost non-existent. They didn't have obesity. Their teeth didn't rot. Lots of diseases caused by carbohydrates. It's good that we have food, but it's up to you now. Some people don't get fat off carbs. I'm going to guesstimate. I need to know if you're eating carbs right now, which I imagine you are. Besides that, I'm getting long-winded now, Daniel. Email me exactly what you're eating. I need to know exactly what goes in your mouth. Water, food, everything. Don't be shy. Just get it out there. And then we'll talk about workout in the next one. I got to go train. Peace out, guys. Remember, Reed Boot Camp 3 is in Costa Rica. If anybody wants to come on down. We're gonna definitely go surfing with Miguel. Besides that, I got the diet presentation and the book coming out. Hopefully it'll be out by December 15th. If anybody really needs like the help now, I'll do any of these, and hopefully these help, because it's helped me a tremendous amount. And besides that, that's about it. Get the Ultimate Life class if you got a heavy bag. I believe in it. I think it's awesome. And hopefully I'll be streaming classes soon. But enjoy your day. That's the most important part. And email me, guys. So, peace.
You're a machine. You don't stop. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that.